We are training, sometimes people laugh. What is this nonsense? They criticize. The leaders of the society do not encourage. Yesterday I was talking with one priest about illicit sex life. He said that what is wrong there? It is a great pleasure. Yes. We are training, we are advocating the illicit sex is sinful. Our first condition is that one must give up these four things: illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. This is my first condition before accepting. So they agree and they follow.
That's what our people all do.
Hmm?
That's what our clients all do.
Yes, they will do if regular institution runs on with all facilities. We get so many devotees come here. After some time they become dedicated devotees. The method must be there. This is, we are increasing. Our movement is not decreasing. Just like we have opened a temple here. There was no temple, but we have got a nice temple. In this way, all over the world, our movement is increasing. It is not decreasing. I came from India alone, in New York, 1965. So for 1 year, I had no place to stay, I have no means to eat. I was loitering practically, living in some friend's house and some friend's house. Then gradually developed. People, I was chanting in a square in New York, alone, 2-3 hours. What is that, Tompkinson Square? Yeah. You had been in New York? So that was my beginning. Then gradually, people came. Yeah. You are in some club, what is that?
In California?
Yes?
In the ranch.
A ranch?
That Morning Star?
Yes.
Yes.
That was another brother.
Hippie farm.
Yeah, he was there.
You came there.
I went there. The proprietor, the organizer, he took me there. So I think if you are serious, let us combinedly open an institution where people should be trained up how to become first class. Children should be trained up. That will make a solution.
Must change society then.
Huh? No,
to
no change. Let society what it is. We train up some children, as we are doing in Dallas, and some men also, just like we have trained them. It is possible. It is a practical example. Just like you are in a den, morning star.
Have any of these gentlemen been delinquents in your life?
Delinquency?
Yeah. Have you been involved in trouble with the law before you joined?
Oh, many of them were.
Have you? Have you trouble with the law? Have you? Right?
He's freehead. We had one boy here. He spent 9 months in prison.
This is practical. We can stop. Just like they have become saint people. Everyone, India, they are surprised. So how you have made these European Americans like this? They are surprised. Because in India, the Brahmins and others, they were under impression that these Western people, they are hopeless. They cannot be any very advanced religionist or spiritual. So when they see, we have got many temples in India, that they are worshipping deity and managing everything, chanting, dancing, they are surprised. Many Swamis came before me, but they could not transform. But it is not I have transformed, but the method is so nice that they become transformed.
But people will say it's a very small percentage of the population.
No,
I mean,
there
it
is
will
no
increase in
question
number.
of high percentage. I say that in a small percentage, there must be some ideal man. At least people will see that here is the ideal man. Just like we are having, because they are chanting and dancing, many outsiders are coming. And they are also learning, they are also offering obeisances. And gradually they are offering their service. Please accept me. The example is better than precept. If you have an ideal group of men, then people will automatically learn. That is what. But don't mind, I don't find any ideal group of men. Even the priests, they are going to hospital for their drinking habit. I saw some time before in a hospital 5,000 patients, alcoholic patients, priests. So priests should be ideal character, and they are advocating homosexuality. A very ideal character man. If the priestly class, they are going to hospital for drinking heavy and they are allowing man-to-man marriage and homosexuality, then where is ideal character?
But homosexuality is a sickness in our
Huh?
Homosexuality is a sickness. Why should you?
He said it's an illness.
It's an illness. It's just like a person who can't see, you would punish him for not seeing. You can't punish a person for being homosexual. That our society says so.
Anyway, the priestly class sanctioning homosexuality.
Fine?
Sanctioning, they are allowing homosexuality.
Yeah, well, we say
And there was report that man and man was married by the priest. In New York there is a paper, Watchtower. That is a Christian paper. I have seen in that paper. They are condemning. The priest is allowing man-to-man marriage. And they are passing resolution. Homosexual is passed online. And in Perth, you said that the students are discussing about homosex, in favor of homosex. So where is the ideal character? Well, if you want something tangible business, train some people to become ideal character. That is this Krishna consciousness movement.
What do you say? People say what ideal to you is not ideal to somebody
I am
else.
giving the example, ideal character.
Yeah, but it's one opinion.
No, opinion, it will not depend on opinion. Opinion, what is the value of opinion if the people are all asses? There is no opinion. One should take as it is enjoined in the Shastra. No opinion. What is the use of taking opinion of an ass? So, the people are trained up just like dogs and asses, then what is the use of their opinion? It must be enforced, you must be like this. Just like when we introduce this noelicid sex, I never cared for their opinion. The opinion immediately there will be discussion. And what is the use of taking their opinion? It must be done. That is the defect of Western civilization, vox populi, taking opinion of the public. But what is the value of this public? Drunkards, smokers, meat eaters, woman hunters. What is the... They are not first class men. So what is the use of such third class, fourth class men's opinion? We do not advocate such opinion. What Krishna says, that is standard, that's all. Krishna is the supreme and his version is final. No opinion, no democracy. When you go to a physician, doctor for treatment, the physician does not place his prescription for opinion of other patients. Now I am prescribing this medicine for this gentleman. Now give me your opinion. Does he do that? The all patients, what they will communicate. The physician is the perfect person. Whatever he has written prescription, that's all. But here in the West and everything, public opinion.
You don't think the peasants have any mind of their own? No,
Their mind, but that is deprecated mind. Just like madman. He has got his mind. But what is the value of that mind? You are not going to take opinion of a madman. He has his mind, but he is a madman. Mudha, Maya, Pritagyana. His knowledge has been taken away. The mind being what is called in disordered condition. There is no value of his opinion.
And what if the Brahman starts to rule the world in their own interest?
He says, what if the Brahmanas start to rule the world for their vested interest?
No.
Like the capitalist or somebody else might.
No. That is not vested. It is not vested, it is a character. It's like Sama, what is it, peaceful.
They might form a class of their own and have their own interest and try to rule the world according to suits and tastes.
Because they are honest. That is the one of the time. They will not do that.
They must go according to the book.
Yeah.
Saying the book.
Honest means he is not for his own interest, for everyone's interest. That is honesty.
Now what if it's misguided? What's the world changes since that book was designed?
Simply because they did not follow. Just like in India, this is the character of the Brahmana. Later on, gradually, the culture was lost since the last 1,000 years because India was subjugated by foreigners. The Mohammedans, they introduced some of that culture. Then the Britishers came. Everyone wants interest. The Britishers, when British rule came, their Lord Macaulay's private report was that if you want to keep them as Indian Hindu, you will never be able to rule over. So it was British government's policy to condemn everything Indian.
But you said before that they didn't allow drinking, the British. It's only now that, didn't you say before?
Yes, the British allowed. The British very carefully, because they directly did not, put hands on that culture, but underground. And when they are now trained up, now they are openly drinking. But the training was by the Britishers. In gentleman society, there must be drinking. This was the
Yeah,
introduction.
but in Indian society, they forbid it in India.
Indian society, they did not know how to drink tea. In our childhood, we have seen that Britishers started tea garden. There was no tea plants before Britishers. The Britishers saw the labor is very cheap and they wanted to business. They started just like they're doing in Africa. So many gardens, coffee and tea. So they started and the tea was transferred to be sold in America. They were after business. Now so much tea will consume. The government started a tea cess committee. All the tea garden holders, they would pay government. And road to road, street to street, that business was canvassing, preparing tea, very nice, palatable tea. And they are advertising, if you drink tea, then you will not feel very much hungry and your malaria will go away and so on, so on. And people began to drink tea. Nice cup. I have seen it. Now they got a taste. Now gradually, now a sweeper also, early in the morning, is waiting in the tea shop to get a cup of tea. Tea was taken in our childhood. If somebody is coughing, sometimes they used to tea. That was also later. But it was unknown. Drinking tea, drinking wine, smoking, meat eating, these things were unknown. Prostitution. There was prostitution. Not that everyone is prostitute. And very strict. So these things should be taken care of. At least a class of man must be ideal. But people, others will see, and the training should go on, just like we are doing. We are inviting people to come, to chant with us, to dance with us, take prasada, and gradually they become. The same stuff, addicted to drinking, addicted to prostitution, addicted to meat eating, is becoming cyclical. This is practical, you can see. What was their previous history and what they are now.
But how to reconcile the fact that our doctors tell us we should eat meat because of the protein?
That is a foolishness. They are not eating meat for the last 10 years. Do you think they are reducing their health? Rather, people say bright faces. In Boston, one priest, I was going from Los Angeles to Hawaii, one gentleman, in plain dress. He's a priest. He said, Swamiji, how your students look so bright. And sometimes we are advertised as bright faces. In Boston or somewhere, the ladies were asking, are you American?
How would you react if somebody breaks into this place and tries to rob some of the...
He says, how would we react if someone breaks in and tries to rob the building?
Rob?
A thief. What would we do if a thief came in? In other words, would we be violent?
You shall punish him.
You should be violent?
Why not? It should be punished.
You would punish yourself? What will you do? Will you start attacking him?
No, Ourselves or anyone, a thief is to be punished. A thief has to be punished. Ourselves or yourself, it doesn't matter. A thief is thief. He should be punished.
What if he breaks in because he's hungry?
Who breaks?
He says, what if he breaks in because he's hungry? What if he becomes in as a thief because he wants some
Well,
food?
we said everyone come and eat. Why he should remain hungry? We invite everyone, come here, eat. No charge, we don't charge. So why should remain hungry? Let us increase this program. All hungry men of Melbourne city, come here, take your eating, sumptuous. We invite, come on. Why you should remain hungry?
What if he's an alcoholic and he's hungry?
Huh?
We have a couple of alcoholics that come here and we give them food every night.
You do.
Yes.
Just like the Golden House.
Yes, they come, we feed them, like we have a feast every Sunday, they come, we give them food.
It requires little time to practice. Otherwise, it is open for everyone, for information.
But you would have your limitations how far you can go in feeding people.
He says we would have our limitations of how many people we could feed.
We can feed unlimitedly, provided the government helps.
Yeah.
We have
You
got
could
a-
you could make a place where people, destitute people could come and have a
Oh yes,
free meal like the
oh
Golden
yes, oh yes. Everyone, we open to everyone. You come and take prasad.
Could the government, in a word, use you?
Now, we cannot be used by the government. We can use the government.
Yeah.
Government cannot dictate us. That will not help.
Just a moment. Just a moment. The government doesn't. In the fact that we have a lot of destitutes to look after.
That will
And you feel your religious order or
oh, yes.
would like to help people. If the government subsidizes you
Yeah.
to
That we
provide
want.
you to provide these services,
That we can.
that you can do, as long as they don't contradict you.
No. Our principle is this.
I mean, there are a lot of church organizations taking
Yeah.
children. And
You
so
can
on.
you can see one day, if you kindly come early in the morning and stay one day, you see our activity, how nicely we are doing. And then do the needful.
See,
Wait, I-
I don't come here as a person. I'm representing my department.
Now, whatever it
Yes,
may
that's
be,
what you convince me or not is a society issue. I can only say that we're dealing with very poor people. You tell me what you're doing, then I say perhaps something can be combined. Or I can say to the minister that would emerge and he goes on from there.
they
So I go back to my
can
other duties.
give us some contribution per capita for taking care. Then we can invite, we can increase the accommodation. Now we are doing, we have no business, no income. We are selling our books. So our income is limited. Still we invite anyone come. But if government encourages us, then we can increase the program.
Yeah. Well, of course, it's a political decision. I can only say that
It is above politics.
Pardon?
It is above politics.
From your point of view, but or in the department depend on political
Yes.
decisions.
The department means there another setup.
Yes, that's just an instrument, yes, for public will. The minister is elected according to public will in our society.
Because they have made a department just like your, what is the department?
Social welfare.
Social welfare. So if they find social welfare, why not help? Why they bring politics? If actually there is social welfare here, why they should not support it.
Yeah, well, you're right. But in our society, minister is elected to carry out certain policies. Not what he wants, but what the people sort of voted for. And say our text to support
And if your policy is social reformation,
social reform is not our policy.
then social welfare.
So just to look after those who are in trouble. That's our
So
policy.
everyone is in trouble.
Right?
At the present moment, even the ministers are in trouble.
Yes, but that is not what our function is. Everybody's in trouble.
Physician, heal thyself. You see? They are also drunkards, they are also woman hunters, and meat eaters, and gambling, that's all. They require to be rectified.
But we can't help that. That's society. You have to go and change society. The society tells us to act.
But unless you change the society, how you can make social welfare?
Well, it's a
If you
different
keep them as it is, then where is the question of welfare?
give it a different interpretation to the word.
How I don't.
Does understand me?
Basically, one must be first class ideal man. That is one.
That's why it's so very difficult. You have to work on your own, and
No,
you have to see that
you
you have freedom
find
to
out-
work.
You
And if
find
you
out.
convince enough people to go your
Our
way.
own program, it is not box properly. You find out fault with us.
Huh?
You find out what is our fault.
I
Then
can't
you
see any
can
fault.
then you can disagree. But when you see everything is nice, how you will not accept it? Unless you are biased.
Of course I'm biased. I've been brought up differently.
Yeah. That's like our.
That is your bias against my life.
No, we are not biased. We
You
say
say I'm
that's
saying-
like we are not biased. We are allowing. We
I'm
say
not
that if you want to be first class man, then you must not commit sinful activity. That is our problem.
But I, as a public servant, I'm not here to change society.
But
Society
we are also
tells me
public.
what to do.
We belong to the public. You must become our servant also.
But,
We are public, members of the public.
yeah.
So you should become our servant also, if you are public servant.
A public servant is in our philosophy is a man who serves a minister elected by the people. And this way he serves the public.
Yeah.
And what the public decides,
Therefore,
it votes
we
accordingly.
are reforming the public.
Yes, that's what I mean.
They select
When
a
you
man.
reform the public, they will tell us to act differently.
Yeah. So,
You know?
the public select a president,
Yeah.
Nixon,
Yeah.
and they become disturbed, again drag him down.
Yeah.
This is going on.
Yeah, but this is how society works. You must want society to change, and we have to change. I just do what I'm asked to do. Because otherwise I lose my job.
Now, if you actually want to do some social welfare, then you must take the standard formula. And if you manufacture your own way, that will never be successful.
I might agree with you that if all of us would be
Yeah.
Krishna,
Not whole.
Huh?
We
then
don't-
we would be, then social welfare would mean something different.
just like we are proposing here. I am not proposing. Krishna said that one must be peaceful. The how to become peaceful? If his mind is always disturbed, how he can become
You're
peaceful?
quite right.
So that is the secret of success. You want to make people peaceful, but you do not know how to make him peaceful.
Yeah.
So therefore you have to adopt this.
You have a competitive society.
We say that you chant Hare Krishna, eat here sumptuously, live here comfortably, and you become peaceful. It is guaranteed. If anyone, even a madman, agrees to this principle, that let him chant Hare Krishna mantra, take whatever nice food stuff we prepare, take, and live peacefully. He will be peaceful.
What's your answer that still such a small percentage of the population, tiny percentage of the population,
No.
accept a philosophy that sounds so
Tiny percentage, just like there are so many stars in the sky, and there is one moon. In percentage, the moon is nothing. If you take percentage of the star, the moon is nothing. But moon is important than all the nonsense stars. But if you take percentage, there is no percentage both. But because he is moon, he is important than all these rascal stars. This is the example.
Yeah,
What is the use of taking percentage of the stars in the presence of moon? Let there be one moon, that is sufficient. There is no question of percentage. One ideal man. That time in Christian world, one ideal Jesus Christ.
How do you feel about Mao Zedong?
Huh? What is
He
that?
says, how do you feel about Mao Zedong?
In China, he's the ideal man.
He's a communist.
His ideal is all right.
In China, he is.
His ideal, communist idea, that everyone should be happy. That is good idea. But they do not know how to make it. Just like they are taking care of the human being in the state, but they are sending poor animals to the slaughterhouse. Because they are godless, they do not know the animal is also a living being and the human being also a living being. So for the satisfaction of the tongue of the human being, the animal should be cut through. That is the defect. Pandita samadarshana. One who is learned, he is equal to everyone. That is learning. I take care of my brother and I kill you. That is not learning. That is going on. Everywhere. Nationalism. National means one who has taken birth in that land. But the animal, poor animals, because they cannot make any protest, send them to the slaughterhouse. And if there were ideal men, they would have protested. Oh, why you are doing this? Let them leave also. You leave also. Just produce food grains. The animals can also take, you can also take. Why should you take animals? That is recommended in the Bhagavad Gita.
But when the winter's so long, people have to kill animals to have something to eat over winter. Problems
But
India.
you should have. I am not speaking for India or Europe. I am speaking the whole human society. Just try to understand.
How people started eating meat because in winter there's nothing else to eat.
You can eat meat, but you cannot eat meat by killing your father and mother. That is human sense. You are taking milk from the cow. It is your mother. You take milk that in Australia they produce so much milk, butter and everything, and after it is finished, cut the throat and make business, send to other countries. What is this nonsense? Is that humanity? Do you think?
Well, I said 200 years ago, people, to survive the winter, had to kill them.
You take your mother's milk. You take your mother's milk, and when the mother cannot supply milk, you kill her. What is this? Is that humanity? And nature is so strong. For this injustice, sinful, you must suffer. You must be prepared to suffer. So there will be war, and wholesale will be killed. Nature will not tolerate this. They do not know all this, how nature is working, how God is managing. They do not know God. This is the defect of the society. They do not care what is God. We are scientists, we can do everything. What you can do? Can you stop death? Nature says you must die. You are Professor Einstein, that's all right. You must die. Why the Einstein and other scientists they do not discover a medicine or process? No, he shall not die. So this is the defect of the society. They are completely under the control of nature and they are declaring independence. Ignorance. So we want to reform this.
Well, I certainly wish you luck. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
And as a public servant where you reform society
We
and
are
act
also-
in your life.
we are also
to carry
part-
out the instruments of the...
So kindly cooperate with us.
Yeah.
This is you try to learn the philosophy, and you'll be surprised how nice philosophy it is.
I'm quite sure.
Yeah. So we don't count for percentage. Let personality become ideal man. The same example. There is no percentage in comparison to the stars and one moon. What is the percentage? There are millions of stars. It is. What is the percentage? 1 and million? There is practically 0%. But still, because it is more sufficient than all these small stars. So produce moon.
Yeah, but the moon is big that we can recognize him, but another man is
Nah,
just another star.
That's all right. If you cannot make as good as moon,
Pardon?
you cannot make, but it is possible. If their ideal.
The analogy is interesting, but a person would ask you, you're just a man like me, how, it's not just as us
No,
star, but your opinion is just
if
like
you
mine.
approve this method, you can cooperate in so many ways. First of all, you have to see what is this method, Krishna consciousness movement.
Yeah.
That we are prepared to serve you, to convince you the first class nature of this movement. Now, if you are convinced, try to cooperate and induce other leaders. You are one of the leaders. Jajjadachariti shrestha, tattadeva itaredana. If the leaders of the society become compassionate with this movement, others automatically, our leaders, our minister is supporting this,
Our minister regards himself as a servant of the people who can be kicked out into
That is the
town.
defect. The people are rascals and they have elected another rascal. That is the defect.
Well, but that's how it is.
So what can we do? Then hopeless.
Oh, you can work on the class.
So we are going without depending on these rascals. We are going on. We are publishing our books, we are making our movement. We honestly try, that's all.
Yeah.
That we are doing. All over the world.
All it can do is allow you to convince the population differently.
Yes, we are doing.
And when you do that, then the social welfare department will serve
Differently,
you.
now suppose we instruct
What?
a man, please do not have illicit sex. Have you got any objection?
What?
If I advise
Yeah.
somebody that do not have illicit sex,
Yeah.
have you got any objection?
Yeah, I have.
You have
Yeah.
illicit, if I say...
I like sex. My wife likes sex.
Huh?
We just enjoy it. I couldn't live without it. Our marriage is happier because we have sex.
That's it. This is the position.
That is a position. We are both driven.
How they have accepted.
But I don't know. I don't know. But I couldn't. Well, we thought our life was enjoying sex and our marriage is happier with sex.
No, we don't prohibit sex, but we
We
prohibit
don't have two children.
illicit sex.
Well, it's we use a pill, or use contraceptives, or use all kinds of things. Because it makes our
Why do you use contraceptive?
Because we don't want any more children.
Then why don't you stop sex?
Because we like sex.
Yes.
Because we enjoy it.
That means go to physician, I want to do everything I like, still I want treatment. This is the position. you want...
I didn't come for treatment.
No, I say... No, you are...
You asked me
have
about
come,
my
No,
opinion.
you have come for treatment here.
I was invited
Because
to
you have failed to
Pardon?
control the society, your activities. Therefore you have come here, treatment. But when I prescribe medicine, you don't accept.
I haven't come for treatment.
No, yes. Otherwise, why
I
you
was
come?
invited.
Just to help you in your social activities, social welfare activities, to take some suggestion from us. But when you give the suggestion, you reject it. That is your position. You have come here to take some suggestion so that you can make your activities very nice. But when we suggest, you reject it.
Right? So I'm two people, I'm myself.
Anyone.
But I'm a public servant.
That is the position. For treatment, we go to a physician, and the physician prescribes medicine, we reject it. So how he will be cured? That is the position. When the prescription is given, you want to put it in the boards of other patients. For the patient will know about the prescription. They are patients. There is no question of
If I would come here and want to join your movement, I would accept it.
No, you join or not join, you have come here to consult us if we can help your activities. But when we prescribe, you do not accept it. That is your position.
He has to get in there soon.
Give him prasad. Just away. So, to actually to make the whole human society happy, this God consciousness movement must be taken.
Well, I certainly report back.
Thank
And thank you very much for saying it.
Just a little wait.
We have some nice foodstuffs which we're just preparing.
He's bringing you something. Just a second.
It's part of the...
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a custom. Srila Prabhupada said we give prasadam to everyone.
It is our custom that if anyone comes, he should be offered a nice seat and given some eatable.